Eastern Standard Time. And you are listening to War Notes Live, your nonstop update on war, threats, and geopolitics. And I have Baby Victor in the background as co-host. And here on War Notes, there are no breaks, no segments. Now, the latest war-related developments at home and abroad. Across the globe and at home, tensions are escalating. In Washington, President Trump has labeled Russia an, quote, extraordinary threat, end quote, cutting a ceasefire deadline on Ukraine's conflict to just 10 days. He's also ordered 2 U.S. nuclear submarines deployed near Russian waters in response to aggressive nuclear rhetoric from Russian official Dmitry Medvedev in an attempt to deter escalation. Russia and China have answered in turn, launching joint naval drills called, quote, Joint Sea 2025, end quote, in the Sea of Japan. Their operations include missile coordination, anti-submarine warfare, and submarine rescue exercises, signaling deep military cooperation against U.S. actions. Meanwhile, nuclear experts warn that with only one arms control treaty remaining between Washington and Moscow, the New START Pact due to expire in February 2026, an arms race is becoming more likely. The collapse of prior agreements, such as the INF Treaty, has removed safeguards. And another flashpoint, Iran has threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz following U.S. airstrikes on nuclear sites. While closure has not occurred, markets have spiked oil prices by up to 10%, and shipping rerouted amid fears of disruption. Such threats increase regional instability and risk U.S. bases in the Middle East. In Yemen, between March and May 2025, U.S.-led Operation Rough Rider targeted Houthi military sites in response to missile and drone attacks on commercial shipping. Though Houthis ceased targeting U.S. vessels after a ceasefire in mid-May, they attacked Israeli targets, including a missile strike near Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport, wounding 8 and halting flights temporarily. Cyber threats loom large. U.S. critical infrastructure remains vulnerable to state-sponsored actors, especially from China, that have pre-positioned capabilities to disrupt energy, transport, or communications networks during a crisis. Experts warn autonomous military cyber agents and AI-enhanced warfare tools are increasing the risk of catastrophic disruption in future conflict. In South Asia, relations between the U.S. and India have deteriorated sharply. Trump has imposed an additional bringing the total, to be exact, to 50% in retaliation for India's continued purchase of Russian oil. India has refused to halt its imports, asserting they must defend their national interests. Russian diplomats have claimed U.S. actions reveal Washington as an unreliable partner. Simultaneously, India has pressed for international condemnation of terrorism at upcoming SCO talks in China, highlighting groups like the Resistance Front, a Pakistani-linked terror front designated by the U.S. after the Pahalgam attack, responsible for multiple assaults on Indian security forces. India seeks to counter military threats and resist pressure as tensions rise in the region. Experts argue the U.S. defense apparatus is ill-prepared for the evolving nature of warfare, especially given reliance on legacy systems. With Ukraine drone tactics and AI-powered autonomous weapons advancing rapidly, the United States faces a technological mismatch in readiness. And that concludes today's contiguous update on global war threats to the United States, military posturing, and rising tensions over treaties, terrorism, and oil geopolitics. Now, this is War Notes Live, straight through, no breaks, and I am signing off, and it is 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today again is Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Please stay alert, listeners. Stay informed, and please subscribe if you haven't. I invite you to for future content, future updates. And I invite you to also like and share because it is free to do. And without you all's help, I cannot make it. Thank you all so very, very much. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And baby co-host Victor says bye in the background.